I'm going to tell you the fifth most toxic, surprisingly toxic weight loss thought that many of you have, that I have picked up in many of the women that I work with. In fact, I coached on this very thing today, and I coached on it last week within my program. I've taught thousands of women in my free online workshops, and I've taught hundreds of women, helped and coached hundreds of women within my signature program, Freedom with Body and Food. And this thought is oftentimes found, and it is toxic, and it keeps you from going where you want to go. You see, we have a lower brain, what I call a lower brain. And this lower brain is responsible for over 90% of our thoughts, many of which we are not even aware of. But these thoughts create our reality, because whatever we think creates emotions, and emotions fuel our actions, and our actions get us the results that we are experiencing in our life. So let me tell you one of the fifth most surprisingly toxic thoughts, and it's this: once I lose the weight, then I'll feel settled or happy or content or at peace. When we place a desired emotion and we ascribe it to feeling peace, when we ascribe it to feeling relief, then guess what happens when we obtain that thing? Then we feel anxious and worried that we won't be able to maintain the weight loss, because we think that our desired state, our desired well-being is dependent upon the weight loss. Do you see what I'm saying here? So when you think that when I lose this certain amount of adipose or fat tissue off my body, then I get to feel acceptable, then I get to feel enough, then what happens is, even if you lose the weight, right? Even if you get off what you think you need to get off, then what happens is that you then are left not feeling relief, not feeling the peace that you were seeking. You actually feel anxious and worried that you won't be able to maintain it. And then you get the yo-yo effect. So the very belief that you get to feel the way you desire to feel when you get weight off your body is the very thing that's feeding into the diet cycle, that's creating the yo-yoing, the up and down. It is creating the disordered relationship that you have with your body and with food. Instead, see, because what happens is you think once, and this is a maxim for life, right? Our lower brain would tell us a story that once everything falls into place, then we get to find and feel peace. But the opposite is true. Once we find and feel peace, then everything seems to fall into place. That is what is true. When we can come to a place with peace in the present, that is when we're able to create the results that we want, that we are seeking. Byron Katie says that when you argue with reality, then you lose every time. You lose 100% of the time. And let me tell you what the reality is. The amount of fat on your body has nothing to do with the amount of peace and relief that you can feel. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And not only that, brain science, the things that I know and teach women about their brains as it relates to food and body, are the very things that once you know and understand these things, you can leverage them for your benefit and get the results that you want. And it actually feels good in the pursuit of it, because you aren't feeling desperate to feel, right? You haven't created desperation to feel enough. You can feel enough right now, and I can help you program your brain to be able to do it. So realize that losing weight off your body does not have the power to help you feel relief and at peace. Relief and at peace is a creation of the thoughts that you have, that you choose intentionally and on purpose. When you know a few things about your brain, the basic hardwiring of your brain, you can leverage these things to your benefit so that you can feel however you want to in life, so that you can create whatever results that you desire. And this isn't your fault that you believe this. You've been programmed to believe this. Our society has been saying for eons of time that the value of a woman, her value is greatly based upon her perceived beauty. You ever hear people saying to little girls, "Oh, you're so beautiful," as if they're saying you're so valuable? You notice that? It's so nuanced throughout our society. A woman's value has zero to do with her perceived beauty. Not only that, the story, the made-up ideas of what beauty is for that particular segment of time throughout history changes. It used to be that, full and voluptuous women were celebrated. And then through different periods of time, no, very skeletal women were celebrated. In the 90s, when I went to high school, that's how it was. It was celebrated very thin, no shape. skeletal. It was called the heroin body. And now people talk about wanting rounded out back ends. It's a moving target. And not only that, the made up story of whatever is beautiful has zero bearing on the value as you as a woman, because you did not create yourself. You did not create your body. Your creator did. Therefore, he assigns your value, and it is infinite, and it cannot be changed based upon the story of whatever is valuable in the society at the time. The truth is, once you find peace in yourself, then you're able to feel more settled into yourself. And that's when you're able to create the results that you're seeking, but that's not for a period of time, it's for forever. All right, thanks so much. Like and subscribe so that YouTube can know that this is important content that other women like you are going to want to see. And leave a comment. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.